have no idea what happened. Maybe a dog. The shower curtain has never came down in like 25 years, so I thought it was practically stuck. Well, looks like we get to propagate. Who wants baby donkey tails? Who wants baby donkey tails? Alrighty, well, that's not what I'm here for. They all opened. Oh, there's one still closed. Oh, beautiful, wonderful. Ugh, I'm obsessed. So crazy. I'm gonna start titling my videos bath time with me. So you're like, why would you do that? I don't know. So I come bearing bad news. Life has been so weird. So weird lately. I feel like I should use more lighting. So sorry. I need to wake up and drink some water or something. But last night I was like, where the hell is my cat? Because they always sleep on my head. Like literally they sleep on my head, sleep on my body. If they can't sleep on my head, they'll sleep right next to me. Like what the heck? So I was like, he's probably just laying in my room, you know, being by himself. So finally, like the last time I woke up and was like, all right, I should have listened to my fucking intuition the first time. But I'm like, where the heck is my cat? So I go to the bathroom and then I walk into my room because I was sleeping on the couch. And I walk into my room and I don't have any like light bulbs in my room. I just depend on the sun. And so I don't have like a light to go and turn on unless I want to like put on my studio lights, and that's a little too bright for the just crack of freaking morning. So it was like literally 4 o'clock, if even that was still, it's pitch black. So I walk into my room and I see him laying there where he always is laying, and I'm like, I just walk in, I don't say anything. And he doesn't move, and I'm like, what the hell? He's asleep or he doesn't hear me yet. And then the Willow runs in, who's the little puppy. And Tigger does not like to be ran up on. He will get up, run away, and hiss. So when Willow ran up, because I was literally like, Tigger, and then nothing. So, and I can only see like a shadow, like I just see a figure because it's so dark. And so I'm like, yo, Tig, nothing. And then Willow runs up to go like literally like, whoa, because you know how dogs are, puppies are with cats. And they don't move. So I was like, are you like, what the? So like real quick, I go down and I go to pet his like head because I'm like, yo, what the? No, he's not here anymore. And I was just like what the fucking fuck? You know what I mean? And I'm more so in shock because Thumper just passed away, like not even probably a month ago at this point. And I see so many dead cells in my eyes right now. You know those little floaties you used to stare at as a kid? Yeah, I have so many in my eyes right now. I probably should rest. But, yeah, I'm more so shocked because Thumper just passed away. And I think Tigger had a broken heart. I mean, you guys, they're 20 years old. So it's not like I need to be like contemplating my whole life. But yeah, that happened this morning. So it's just like, what the heck? And thank God I have all these plants and other animals, or I'd be, I don't know, way over the deep end. But it's just crazy because when it rains, it storms. And I've always heard like funny little sayings, but sometimes I don't like to believe in sayings or repeat them in my head or like live by certain things, because I truly believe you can manifest that to become your reality. God's honestly true. And so I've always heard like, you know, when things happen, sometimes it's like the terrible twos or things happens in threes. And I'm like, God dang. And then what's even more crazy is, sorry I've been so like private with my life lately when you guys are like my best friends, so I should tell you everything. I'm working on it, okay? We all go through our phases. But my first snake I got, Rose, you guys have seen her once, like in a video. The first time I got her, I did a makeup tutorial with her around my neck. And at this point, that was a long time ago. And she got pregnant, and a while ago, that video was probably more than 2 years ago at this point. I don't know how long it was. I really don't. I had never told you guys, but Rose had gotten pregnant and laid eggs, and it was the craziest moment. But none of the eggs made it. None of them made it. So I'd never told you guys about that because it was just a real big slap in the face. And yeah, I don't know. I should have talked to you guys about it, but because maybe somebody's out there like, damn, I've lost snake eggs too. I feel you, brother. Yeah, I feel you too. But yeah, so that happened and it broke my heart. So then a while later, she got pregnant again. And it's been like, however long it takes snakes, I can't remember. Just life's been happening so fast. So when I knew she was pregnant, she was showing all the signs. So once the incubator has been up and running for like 3 months. 3 months, we're not gonna have any hiccups this time. And just the other day, she laid her eggs, and she laid 7 huge eggs, you guys. They look like dinosaur eggs. And like, I give kudos to the people who are literally able to document their life. Like those videos are that's why they're excelling on YouTube. I don't impulsively think, oh my God, go grab the camera and record this. I'm like living in the moment. This is crazy. I can't even believe what my eyes see. So I'd be damned to like be holding a screen and looking through a filter. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not looking through this. I'm going to watch this live in action. But it would have been really cool for like you guys to see some of this stuff too. And I also don't want to just be shoving a camera in a pregnant snake's face. I don't care if she doesn't have the same eyes or receptors as we do. We need to treat others the way we would like to be treated. And I would probably uppercut somebody if they put a flashlight in my face while I'm about to give birth. So, and or having heat flashes before. So anyway, Rose had babies. You guys saw in my last video, my angelfish had babies. Like, I am being smacked. This is the law of polarity. We have the extreme opposite over here, which is death. Extreme opposite. We have this extreme side over here, which is death. Then over here, we have life, birth, death. And I'm just in the middle being smacked with like each one. Each time there's a death, the birth happens. And I'm staring over here at the birth. Then there's the death. And I'm just like, I need to like think. But it's the circle of life, and it's beautiful. And it is exhilarating. And I literally was listening to this audio this morning. It's really good. I can't tell you about it yet because I haven't finished it. So there's like a part that's like, yo, go get a knife and stab yourself. I haven't gotten to that part yet because it's a 4-hour long. I'm only an hour deep. I can't recommend it unless I've poisoned myself with the knowledge first. Then maybe I'll feel okay if you stick your fingers in too. But I need to figure it out first. One thing though that they were saying was, you sign up for like a couple contracts and whatnot for your physical experience, right? You sign a whole bunch of like soul contracts and whatever, right? Like my contract here might be, you need to be a birther and a giver, meaning like I help people give birth and I help people also pass on to the other side. Because I would love to help humans, but people are like, you need to help yourself first. They were saying that how do I put this without sounding stupid? This is also why I just like keep quiet nowadays, and I'm just trying to listen so I can like not sound like a dingleberry. So this audio was just kind of explaining something along the lines of all of the trials and tribulations that we are facing today, we prepared ourselves for exactly such things. We prepared ourselves for exactly that such thing in our last life. take this with a grain of salt. This is why I said I haven't shared it yet. You just listen to things and we don't always like let it sink and penetrate into us and then we start living that. We just listen to it, right? It like comes and goes. Somebody honks at you in traffic, you forget about it. Like we need to be able to do that with certain things and not idolize or like change our lives over certain stuff. So just hear me out when I say this, okay? What this was explaining was that, and this is like old knowledge, if that makes sense. So this is an audio book from a book written in like the 1800s or something like that. It was saying that in between our lives as a human, if you say like you pass away from old age or like when you're a little bit older than a baby, because from what I've been learning, when infants or young deaths happen, the process is different than it is when you're older. Like your reincarnation or just cycle, whatever happens is just completely different. So when you're old enough and you experience life, supposedly we have like a resting period of like 2,000 years. And by the time we come back, the world is so different, so completely different, because it's been thousands of years, that it is so much for our new experience to soak in, that's one of the reasons we forget everything that happened in our past experience, because we're just bombarded with this crazy new realm that we have previously been before, but is so different because so much time has passed. So supposedly 2,000 years ago, our spirit lived out an experience that was building us up for this right now. So and I know somebody's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's what this says, that's what that says. But it was really interesting. And it was saying that you come back twice to this earth realm, supposedly. I had to press pause the second this part was coming up because I just got home and I wanted to wait till I got inside so my neighbors aren't like, what the hell is she on now? But it was saying you come back twice. You come back once as a male, and then, like I said, you're dormant up in the ether, crazy angel place, whatever that is, for 2,000 years. And then you come back as a man. So you get to experience one life as a woman, one life as a male. And so, see, this is where I am kind of curious myself, because this couldn't theoretically be then my first rodeo, right? Oh my goodness. It's an interesting listen. So I obviously need to listen more so we could have some more interesting talks that might feel like we're getting somewhere, but then when I finish, you're like, what time is it and where do I need to go? Because this is not it. I'm just joking. But it was very interesting just to hear that, because I've never heard that. Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, I don't want to mess up their nectar. I'm so sorry. Maybe my humble abode should not be parked right here. So yeah, it was just really interesting because I've never heard that theory before. Yeah, I've never heard that one before. I was up there for 2,000 years and I did not come to deal with this bullshit. It's like, yeah, you did. You signed up for everything. Oh, and it was also saying that, you know how you only use certain materials to build things? So like this right here, tile, indestructible, waterproof. You didn't use wood. We didn't use wood, right? We didn't use carpet. We chose, not me, like I did this, the carpenters, constructions, they decided to do this because it's the best suitable, if that makes sense. You build a house with the proper wood even. You can't go and use like bark from, I don't know, what, a penny leaf tree. You want some strong oak, something. They were trying to explain that is the same way our spirit chooses our parents. Is we picked it for a reason because it's what is going to suit us for our next life. That's not to say everybody's going to have perfect parents. That's not to say everybody's going to have parents. We chose it for some odd reason to allow our soul to progress and evolve, and for some odd reason that was the perfect building blocks our soul needed. Doesn't mean it was completely perfect, but it was chosen for a reason. It was just really interesting. I wish I could regurgitate what was said. Some people have a photographic memory. I wish I had like a I don't know what it would be called. A photographic memory. You wish you could memorize? Yes, I wish I could memorize something. Do you know how smart I would be? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But then what I also heard, so this totally contradicts also what that audiobook said, because in another audio recording I was listening to, it was explaining that a lot of people live by the notion of, oh, everything just happens for a reason. I just have like bad luck type shit. What else was it? This is not what they're saying. Don't think that this is me quoting what was said. Just like, that doesn't sound like a very intellectually helpful book. They were basically, it was the law of causation, but it was just saying that no, everything, it's kind of like the butterfly effect, which I still haven't grasped all my neurons around. I don't think that was the right word. Yeah, I haven't delved deeper. I haven't delved deep enough into that one. But it's basically saying that everything happens solely due to you doing something. Like if, for example, I think that this happened for bad luck. This whole plant breaking and shattering, like, oh no, I just am having a really bad morning. No, there's probably a damn reason. Like, I touched that at the slightest bit, I opened the door the wrong way and it fell. It had nothing to do with anything else other than that. This, I promise you, I've been studying, like last night, yesterday, I studied a book I had. I've already read it once because when I got it on Amazon, be careful because Jeff Bezos just wants to, I shouldn't even say his name online. I'm now targeted. I am a targeted individual. So I bought this book because Manly P. Hall has been like teaching me a lot. You gotta love these little Freemasons. You gotta love them and hate them. So love-hate relationship, I'm telling you what. Because they got a lot to teach you, but then they got so many tricks up their goddamn sleeve. But they share a lot of very, very interesting and useful knowledge. So I was getting the Secret Teachings of All Ages one time, and in that same order, there was like a book, and I should have been smart, but it goes, oh, paperback, like $1.50, Kindle, 50 cents, hard copy, $5. But in my head, I'm like, a book for $1.50? You gotta be shitting me. So I put it in my cart without reading the fine print. Sheesh Louise, good thing we read the fine print before we accepted Earth, right? I'm just joking. Okay, stay on topic. So I added it to my cart. I did not read the whole thing. It's a chapter of a whole textbook. So I have like 6 pages of probably a 2,000 page book. So talk about feeling empty-handed and itchy. So I'm like reading chapter 6, part 1, and I'm like, wrong class. It was talking about the pineal gland. And I don't like new aged thinking because I told you, I was dormant for 2,000 years. You think I'm going to listen to the newbies, like the ones that just are on their first round, 1 out of 2. Me and you were on 2 out of 2. So like after this, it's it, peace, whoop, ping. Another dimension. But it was talking about the pineal gland, and I was saying, I don't like listening to new age people because they're over here like, how to open your third eye. Like, shut the hell up. It's not how it works. Then like, oh my God, I'm seeing aliens now that I opened my third eye. It's called, okay, that's psychosis. I'm just joking, I feel bad, I'm not trying to be rude. And I've told you my inner lullaby is going to be only positivity. I've been learning that our breath vibrates. People are like, God damn, girl, what are you on? This is what happens when you read too many books. So it was saying that the pineal gland has all of these modern day references. So for example, this, I know that would be such a stupid thing to, okay, it's like, Sarah, don't just go pick up random objects thinking you can make a freaking presentation out of it. So it was showing a very good representation of all of the different ways that the pineal gland is portrayed, because it's something that was so intensely worshipped and just praised upon for so long, but nowadays, like, people just want to do the weirdest little, like, weird dances and stuff like that. Nothing's wrong with it. Dance the night away. But people used to be so, like, intrigued with the pineal gland and studying it, and supposedly it's like a lot of, like, if you already know this stuff, please don't be one of those negative Nancys that's like, yeah, I knew this when I was 8 years old. You're just starting to wake up. But supposedly our pineal gland is active, and it's completely like not an organ, but I would call it an organ. It's a functioning thing when we're born. By the time we're 7, it completely calcifies over. And I mean, like, calcifies with this stuff that's called bone sand. Yep. I'll let you sip a bit of tea for that one. But it completely calcifies over, right? Well, we can't see ours because of our skull. But on certain animals, you can see it. A chameleon, you can see it. On certain lizards, there's this specific lizard. It's called something really crazy. And I promise you, like I said, if I had a photographic memory for the things I read, I would sound so smart. If I was like, yeah, that's it. Zeliodactyphobian. You can see his pineal gland on his cranium. But you can see it. And it's only covered with this a thin lining. It's still calcified, but it's showing something. It's a hint. No one cares about hidden clues anymore. Forget about the Easter egg. I only care about social media. I'm just joking, like, Sarah, this is like, you're on social media right now. I know. Tell me about it. But I was looking at it, and it was saying that I personally believe it has something to do with spinal fluid, all right? Yeah, hear me out. Because the only creature not known, does not have a pineal gland, is this small sea animal, okay? I'll put up a picture if I can remember. I'll put up a picture. It doesn't have a spine. It has like a nano spine, like some weird stuff, but it's not an actual spine. It's just like a weird little thing. It's not it's not the real deal. So I think because it lacks the fundamental aspects of a spine, it can't have a pineal gland. So I think, and that's why they're so, like, the Kundalini spirit and the chakras are all about, like, your spine and the alignment. And our spine kind of looks like a snake, and a snake is the serpent. And the serpent has the third eye, like the cobra. I'm just joking, you guys. I'm really not joking, but I'm being facetious and funny. I need to look up what facetious means, because I use it a lot, but I think it means being, like, you're being facetious. It's not like, I don't think it's like sarcastic. I think it's like sarcastically clever. Facetious. I was here 2,000 years ago. I should be smart. We didn't use this language back then, let me tell you that. I'm just joking. But anyway, I need to reread that, obviously. Again, I took lots of notes. And obviously I was doing outside sourced research by looking up pictures using Google. It's like, okay, congratulations. All right, so I need to go check on the other animals. Yeah, I just wanted to share the news. Obviously, you know how my brain works. Yeah, different strokes for different folks, so on and so on. And shooby dooby dooby. All right, I gotta go, like, fix my life. See ya.